I don't really like to speculate on things. There's too much speculation out there on the internet, just generally. I mean, these are all theories, and everyone's saying all this stuff, and it really gets to be hard to get to the truth if everyone thinks that aliens are behind stuff and the Illuminati is behind every death that occurs. But you got to ask yourself, knowing what those who have done the research into the New World Order and the goals of the secret societies and the Order of the Quest and the Great Work and those that know what's really going on behind the scenes, the elite, these organizations, the Council on Foreign Relations, the United Nations, Chatham House, the Bilderberg Group, all of these organizations are intermingling or commingling, and there's a common thread between them that ties them all to this quest for a one-world totalitarian socialist state, governed and owned by them, ruled by them, where those that they deem to be worthy, basically, of humanity, because their goal is to actually, and this is in their writings, that's why this isn't speculation at all, their goal is to create man as God. Man becomes God. And technology, for some, have already reached that. So there's a little bit of a preamble here I'm trying to bring in, because the technological advances we've had in the last 100 years are just as much an incredible secret as the tyranny that's, well, it's really not secret. Most of us that understand what's happening can see it, but those that can't wouldn't understand how incrementally, death by 1,000 cuts, our Constitution has been shredded, and that we are under a benevolent despotism right now. There is tyranny in this country. Just because the powers that be in office today still have managed to manipulate and the very people that are being targeted, or a good percentage of them at least. I mean, you go to Detroit. You go to Detroit and you go see how happy all the black folks are about Obama. Obama has done more harm to the black community than any other president in history. Even under slavery. Let's be real. I mean, they keep going about this thing with slavery. I mean, come on. Give it a rest, people. Give it a rest. We've all been slaves. The Christians were persecuted. We've all been persecuted. We've all had a bad rap at one point. We've all gotten bad things happening. But you got to understand that those behind the scenes want to eliminate you because you're so stupid not to see what's going on. At least they do, by the way, have a great amount of respect for people that know, people that are wise enough to know the secrets and wise enough to actually learn many of the secrets and even use them against the order. There are many methods like Jedi mind control type stuff that is like deep, and most people are going to get confused or turned off or don't want, this is bullshit, because there's so much speculation going on. But it's true. I mean, the Masons, the Freemasons, you look at Star Wars and the allegories to Freemasonry and into the different Jedi, and Yoda is actually basically like a demon. Anyhow, if you're familiar with Freemasonry and the high levels, and most people, and even Freemasons say, this guy's crazy, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, if you really research, you can actually find out what 33rd degree and higher Masons believe and are attuned to. Why don't you read one of the greatest Masons in American history? That's for sure. The leader of the southern jurisdiction of Freemasonry, Albert Pike. Yeah, read his book, Morals and Dogma, and see what he has to say about who the real God is. So what we have here is a lot of chaos and confusion and mayhem, and that's what it is. Out of this chaos will come their New World Order. But the technology is so much farther advanced than we know. I'll give you an example. The stealth bomber. We saw that in the Persian Gulf War. Remember that? Well, in the Persian Gulf War, that was 1991. Oh, it was this big thing. It was a secret. They had already had it ready to be used at any time in the early 1960s, like 61. They've been controlling the weather. They've used it as a method in warfare to soak the troops. They can control weather patterns. And you wonder why there's all these storms and they call it global warming. And then you find out that there were projects like the chemtrails, like with actually what's happening with this spring with Prince. You know, there's a lot of speculation with Prince. Prince came out about the chemtrails with Dick Gregory talking about that, and Dick Gregory had turned him on to understanding it. And it's definitely being used. And who knows what agents that they are spraying out, as if this never happened. Don't be in denial. Project Shad, Operation Shad, SHAD, okay? It was exactly that, basically biological experiments that they did on the American people unknowingly. It happened in the 60s and the 50s, absolutely on record. In New York City, they put out biological agents in the subways and monitored the response to people getting sick in hospitals. And why is there such an increase in respiratory illnesses? Oh, it's because of global warming, of course. No, it's because of the chemtrails. You see, they use the Hegelian dialectic. They create the problem, the people react to it, they coddle the people and offer the solution. That's exactly what's been going on over and over and over again. Global warming is the greatest fraud next to the Federal Reserve Crime Syndicate, which I just put up a third-party video up. You can check that out on Truth Talk News Channel 2. And I'm going to try to, again, let people know when I have material on this new channel, so you can go over there. And again, please subscribe to Truth Talk News Channel 2 and subscribe here on Truth Talk News. This is the only way I can talk to you. I have to do a live little piece like this and to get it onto the Truth Talk News channel. So I'm not against it either. I mean, it's great. At least I can act, you know, there's 8,000 plus subscribers, and it's still growing. It's almost 9,000. And God bless you all, and thank you. Please share this channel, share this information with everyone you know. It is true. And you just have to take off the blinders and see it for yourself. Do the research to confirm it in your own mind. And man, you're going to have a fire burning in you like you've never had in your life, to let people know how much we are being not only deceived, we are being systematically annihilated. But done in such a fashion where it'll take generations, but by the third or fourth generation, there'll only be those that they want here. And and I have documented evidence of this. The whole idea starts with this the real push to the kill started with the Bilderberg Group when they were founded and brought this agenda forward. We have all of the regime changes. We have the Rothschilds' economic warfare against the world. We have weather warfare. We have all of these things. And getting back to Prince, he was talking about this technology. He was on. It's all over the internet. Don't get mixed up in all the crap out there, like that he was an alien or the Illuminati killed him. If anything, he was one of the Illuminati. I really didn't do much. Wasn't, you know, I always respected Prince, but it really wasn't, you know, somebody that I followed and knew a lot about. But I looked at his videos and his performances, and he's got a show. He's wearing purple sunglasses with a third eye covered. There's Illuminati references to the whole performance on Saturday Night Live. I will try to. I'll actually videotape it off my source here to get it on this channel. You could see it on another. I'll put up another post, and you can see a lot of Illuminati symbolism that's there. So, you know, it's not out of the realm of possibility, ladies and gentlemen. It was in 1979, I think, where Dolly the Goat was the first clone. And interesting that the Satanists, these Luciferian scum, New World Order operators, the owners, the New World Order owners are all used a sheep to clone the sheep. It's just very, very ironic. And yes, the ability to clone exists. The ability to do things beyond anyone's wildest imagination. Cancers, people that were, you know, for whatever reason, however they might have gotten a pass or what they needed to do. Look at Michael Douglas. He had fourth stage throat cancer. That was 5 years ago. I mean, people die from that more than anyone would know. 95% of the people die from that right away. I mean, the fourth stage is very hard to survive. And he went to England and got the cure. Because there is a cure. There's a cure for all things. That's why people don't want there to be able to use alternative cures, because there's many ways to kill cancer. But it not only will it affect the financial medical mafia, the cancer industry, but it'll actually stop the depopulation plan that they're working on. So they want us to profit by our own death. They want us to pay for it while they profit off of it. And that's why many people have used cannabis oil and different. Marijuana has the ability, as far as THC, cancer cells, when there's a THC environment, just like when there's the acidic environments, and the pH is very important with cancer, that you can naturally cure yourself of cancer if you get it soon enough and it'll go away. It's true. Absolutely true. Everything I tell you here is true. But you have to do the research. Take the initiative. Find your own truth. There is only one truth. Seek and you'll find it. Again, subscribe to Truth Talk News and Truth Talk News Channel 2 on YouTube, and check out howardnema.com. I've got so many links to all of this type of stuff, all this information. But I think it's possible with there's so many elitists that are dying, what we call elitists. I mean, they really were, let's be real. Certainly of the 1%. And you've got some terrible deaths. Some of them, probably were deaths, are deaths, but maybe some of them aren't. Because if you can clone someone, okay, and if there is the ability to clone, then there would be the ability to provide a body that's cloned to be killed and to say that you died. Now, there is a lot of scuttlebutt, and again, I don't want to talk about theories, but it's true, it's possible. And if we continue to see a lot of strange situations with the elitists, these insiders, like Prince is clearly Illuminati, that they make their exits this way, so when the cataclysm comes, that they are preparing, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It might not be this year, it might not be next year, but it's coming. It's coming soon. And they're already making preparations. The elite all have all these bug out zones, these places. It's all happening. They know it's coming, because it's going to. The push for totalitarian socialism is going to continue. You're going to be a racist if you don't go along with anything they want. They're going to want to have. I want to be a porn star is going to be the next hit reality show. The decline of Western civilization is on a. It's just on a. It's like a downward spiral. And same thing with our financial situation. And instead of doing everything that they can do to encourage growth, they do everything they can do to stop it. You just have to see this. In Connecticut, for example, Malloy can't balance the budget. He's laying off thousands of workers, and the unions are crying and they're saying, "In good times and bad, we were there for you." Yeah, really. Well, when the bad times come, you still get paid the high pay and the high benefits while all the other people have to get laid off and suffer. So now you know how it feels. Everyone is going to feel this New World Order when it comes down. But look how they're working to make it happen. So guess what? If you're an illegal immigrant, you're going to get your free schooling here in Connecticut. Oh yeah, you're going to get your free education. That's right. But we're going to lay off Connecticut workers, state workers, so that the illegals can have. So that you see there's an agenda here, ladies and gentlemen. It defies logic. Everything they do here in Connecticut defies logic. And that's why Connecticut is going to be, it is the 50th state for business, everything. Just because there's some wealth here because of some companies. GE's gone. And 35,000 people a month are moving out. This is going to be a welfare zone. It's going to look like Detroit. Anyhow, it's coming. Be prepared. Fight. Never give in. Resist the New World Order. All right, subscribe here on Truth Talk News Channel 2 and check out howardnema.com. God bless you all. Until next time.